picking up from where we left last week. You guys dug yourselves out of the holes effectively, buried a compatriot after a fight with a fire elemental and banishing a fire giant.
You're welcome.
You spent about 3 weeks traveling to Corinth, during which time you encountered a goose. And then you encountered it again, and again, and again. You eventually captured said goose, and then travelled on into town. Where, upon arriving into town, let's just shift your map. Do.
Ooh, big town.
Yes, big town.
I'm assuming we're coming in on the left-hand side.
I see one.
Technically, this map is upside down because the map I found, like, they always put water at the bottom, and like you guys are going up. So, but
yeah, that's why I said left-hand side.
You're actually coming in like over here.
Okay.
Because if you flip it, Pete, this would be the other way that you were coming from. This would be southeast. So you're actually up over here. As you're coming in, it's actually daytime, albeit what the map shows you. And there are people putting up streamers, and like you've noticed a lot of carts heading into town. The town guard aren't even really stopping people, they're waving them in. You're about 200 feet from the front gate at this point.
So, question to my traveling companions.
Yes.
What are we doing here? We originally aimed for a town to resurrect the one that we left. What are we doing here now?
Well, by my estimations, towns equal jobs equals money.
Plus more people!
Do we need more people?
Well, we just lost 2.
We should get 4 to replace them with.
You actually lost 3.
We lost Alpha as well.
We lost 2 and a higher, okay? No thematics.
Says the higher.
But yes, my goal is basically to find work here.
Right.
Since we don't need to resurrect anybody.
Well,
Excuse
after our
Honk.
catastrophe of a awakening and certain information coming to light, I have a question for you all.
Uh-huh.
Would you be willing to help me achieve one of my goals?
Depends what it is.
Does it bring you joy? Then no.
Wow.
It helps save the planet.
Today we learned Kef an asshole.
I need to go make more of my kind.
Eh?
Just by making metal?
No. It is much more complicated than that.
Ah! You're getting other ones if you cursed. I can help with that.
No. To put it simple, I know where I was. I need help to restart it.
Why would your
Well-
parents need help making more?
I don't have parents.
Can't you see he's made of metal? He needs a smith. Lucky for him, I know a good one standing in front of him. It's me. It's me.
So, are you willing to help me achieve this?
No, sure, why not? I'm not doing anything else. Will you pay me?
I have no money to give you.
You'll find something to pay me with.
I was going to say you'll be creating life. What
Do
have
you know?
you,
Do
Crystal?
you know what doesn't help? Not being paid.
You'll be creating life. Think of the alimony checks.
What
Been
have
there,
you,
done that.
Crystal?
Why not? Got nothing better to do.
And what have you, little one?
Yeah, I suppose it's better than nothing after all.
That gives us a goal for the meantime. Into
No.
the city, I guess?
That gives us a goal for later. Let's get rid of the stuff we need to do now. Like shelter,
No.
food, money.
I mean, we're in a city. There is plenty of shelter, even in an alleyway. Let's find a box.
I was going to say, I have funds enough to cover accommodations. But there seems to be something happening in this city. Maybe
Yes,
we
it
should
pretty much
fire
looks like a
watch.
celebration of some sort. You don't put streamers up for a funeral, after all. Unless there is cultures that do that, in which case, fun funeral.
Probably wouldn't hurt to ask around and see what this festival is.
James, can I walk to the closest stranger and ask what is going on?
The closest stranger is the town guard 200 feet in front of you, watching you have this conversation.
I'd like to walk directly up to him and go, so what's going on here then?
What's all this said?
So, you're unknowing travelers. That's
Oh
interesting.
yeah, we just came from insert place here.
About 3 weeks to the west.
You just came from crater in middle of forest.
Huh? You know the craters in the middle of the forest? Yeah, we came from there.
Huh. Not sure about that myself. I don't spend much time outside of Corinth.
It's like 3 weeks travel to the west.
As I said, I don't spend much time outside of Corinth. But surprising you don't know, but we're setting up for the beginning of Corinth's biannual grand festival and tournament.
Tournament, you say?
Yes, tournament.
To the death?
No. Prized fights. Honor abound. We gather fighters from all over the continent at once every 2 years for a grand melee.
And how does one join?
Sign up with an appropriate team. Be wary that, well, this it will be probably broken up into several brackets, potentially, depending on how many people we've actually got signing up this year. We've had a fair few people come through, but we have people normally show up for the Grand Melee, the various other minor tournaments. Some just come for the festivals. We get a lot of merchants in to sell gear and items and wares and the like.
How many of these items come in cursed?
Wouldn't know. Generally, that's not disclosed to my understanding, because cursed items tend not to sell as far as I'm aware, because aren't curses a bad thing?
They've never met me.
Yes, little blue thing.
Do you require a license to have a stall here during this time?
No. It is. You just have to pay the mercantile entry fee.
Where and how much?
To me, and 100 gold.
Can I insight that?
Sure. With your 25, he seems to be telling the truth. You also notice behind him it says mercantile registers here on a sign that you weren't paying attention to because it meant nothing to you.
Yep, that makes sense. Good to know.
This is one of the main. This is one of
If he
the
was
main
lying,
gates.
I wouldn't stop him anyway.
Yeah, this is one of the main gates.
Right.
Question, or follow-up question. Do I require a mercantile registration? Thingy-majiggy?
You need
If
if you are planning to run a stall during the festival, you have to pay me.
selling a service, not an actual item.
If
Can
you're-
you
if-
repeat that again? I understood.
Yeah.
If you are running a stall, you are required to pay the merchant fee. Any services or goods being pertained from a stall require the merchant to pay. It is how the city manages to facilitate this tournament as a major source of income for us.
Okay then. Where do I sign?
He turns around, grabs a couple of things, documents, and just sets them on the table in front of him. This is your registration form. This is your mercantile license for the festival, and this is your mercantile identification fee. Fill out here, sign here, initial here, double initial here, sign here again. He points to a bunch of places. Once you've done all of these, I will double check this, take your money, and I will stamp your identification paper, which will say you're allowed to practice within city walls.
Okay.
You have just been
Yes,
handed
Enzo.
form B386F. Like if you've done any Centerlink forms, it is like 8 pages and like 3 different spots ask you to repeat the same information.
Ah, like the
Fair
resume
enough.
online. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's bureaucracy 101. Make them repeat enough stuff because if they mess up once, you can then kick them out.
And if they're doing well, you can say they fucked up and take all the money.
Pretty much.
Alright, so Kev fills it out and pays the fee.
You are handed one festival mercantile license.
What about the rest of us? Do we need to pay to enter?
No, the town makes a small fee off each of the merchants that come in, and any good sellers are taxed based on what they make. Services are not taxed; only goods are. They're taxed based on the cost of coming in. And then we make a lot of money through spectacles for spectators as seat costs for the Grand Melee and the other tournaments.
Right.
As well as the influx of things like tavern patronage and the like.
Yes.
That naturally drives the economy.
Speaking of this grand melee and tournament thing, where can we find more information about that?
He sort of just leans over. You see the giant Colosseum back there? Looking on the horizon, you see about a 4-story tall Colosseum, probably about half a mile into the city. That's your best bet for the Grand Melee. And then someone there should be able to point you to the other tournaments. Grand Melee starts in 2 days.
Grand Melee, as I walk towards the Grand Melee.
I believe sign-in stops tomorrow.
Is there a sign-in fee for the Melee?
I wouldn't know. I don't participate.
Why not? You're a god. You know how to fight.
Yes, I do. And I'd rather not.
If you could take me.
No, I don't. Not potentially, but there are other people I know who are entering the tournament who I've seen fight, and I like job security. I'd rather not enter the melee and have to take 2 months without pay while I recover.
Smart idea.
Have fun.
Thank you for that, and I guess that one has picked our destination for now. What are your thoughts, Crystal?
I don't have thoughts.
Crystal's joining the Melee, aren't you? Yes, you are, Crystal. Come on.
Crystal, no melee.
I need a group of 4 people. There's only 4 people here. If not, I'll find NPCs. I'm joining it, damn it.
Are spells allowed?
I don't know, we'll find out.
Do you ask this out loud?
Yeah, or is it strictly melee?
It is a grand melee. In name only, it is a grand fight. Any and all is available. We've had wizards in the past slinging spells. We've had people with bows. I believe 2 years ago we actually had someone bring in a siege cannon. Didn't go well for them, but they brought it in.
Fuck it, why not?
Yeah, let's go.
Carefully, table, chair,
Also,
tent, and
Before
sign.
we depart,
take the life cleric into a death match.
Yeah, man.
before we depart, I turn to the guard and say, would you know if there's a hunter's branch around these parts?
Certainly. I believe they may be shut down for the week of the festival, but there's normally one in the southern quadrant. Just ask around to be set there easily enough. On the map, it is about here.
Okay.
Actually, not that far. Like, closer than the Colosseum. Because effectively on the map, this is the Colosseum. Hunter's Guild is there, so they're about equal distance depending on when you turn.
Great. Okay. Yeah, no, I want to sell monster parts that I have,
Certain.
and I know they buy. So
Certain.
Kef need small folding table, 2 small folding chairs, sign, and tent.
All of which are fairly easy to obtain in town, and you've got like 2 days. Oh no, you've got till the next day if you want to be starting from the beginning.
well, it's midday when we get in here, isn't it?
Yes. And the festival begins the next day. The Grand Melee starts 1 day in.
Okay.
So there's a day of festival beforehand to work up popularity for the Melee, and also have to have people sign in. Then the Melee runs over the course of 3 days, and then there's other tournaments interspersed before and after, and then there's some stuff at the end of the week.
Okay.
It is like a 6 to 7 day festival.
Sweet. Okay. So after the registration, I'm guessing.
Wandering through town. It is shoulder to shoulder in places. Most of you can actually, a couple of you can actually just see over the crowd, because I believe a couple of you are over 6'5".
Question:
I'm
Can I see
7'2",
through?
so yes.
Yes.
Can I see through a forest of legs? Being short enough.
Not quite. You can make your pathway, but it's not a case of if you're short enough to just see through legs, but you're able to make out most of your pathing. But you travel most of the way to the Colosseum. You are reached by the Grand Colosseum. There are 5 desks set up out the front with there's, from your quick estimate, about 30 people here. 30, 40 people. There is the 5th table across. The 5th counter across is currently empty.
Red.
Yeah.
I was gonna say you're leading this charge.
Yes. I hop in line because I'm not rude.
Oh no, the 5th, the 4th table there is no line at table 4. Is what I was saying.
It is my table. I'm going towards it.
So you walk over to it, and there is no line. You basically just walk up.
Yes, I
As you
walk
walk
up to
up
the
there,
table.
like, yes, sir.
Me and my 3 friends here
Yep.
are joining the melee.
You're 1 short at least.
No, we're not.
The Grand Melee has a minimum of 5, maximum of 6 team combatants.
You say 16 on one team?
5 or 6.
Ah, I thought you said 5 to 16. I
No.
was gonna say, I could hire
Minimum
some
of
people.
5, maximum of 6.
Okay. Can we put our name down
You need
without
at
the
least,
last person and then come back with them?
You need at least 5 members to register.
Oh,
You can
I'd like to.
You can register more than 5 members, but only 5. You can register more than 6 members, but only a maximum of 6 can partake in any one fight.
Okay. I'd like to
Hey.
turn around and yell if anyone's looking for a team.
Hey, Raul.
Yes.
I can't participate.
I twitch. I twitch. Temptation to kill
Listen,
rising.
why are you unable to participate?
Just literally just goes, we gonna make money.
Temptation to kill rising.
Turn to the person at the desk and go, what is the prize?
3,000 gold and an item from the royal treasury.
What's
Is
in
that
the royal
each
treasury?
or for the team?
3,000 gold to be shared and 1 item. Then the prize
Right.
the prize is whittled down from there based on placing.
And how long is this grand tournament?
It is a tiered. It is a bracketed tournament structure. Normally, it traditionally lasts 3, maybe 4 days, depending on how many teams we get. Normally, each team will have, if they make it to the very end, the winning team has 3 to 4 fights over 3 or 4 days.
Ah, that's not so bad.
It is structured as one fight for first thing in the morning each day, at about 9:30 to 10 o'clock in the morning. So all combatants are rested and fully restored for each battle. So there is no misgrievances about teams being not ready.
Yeah, I can understand that. Are there any other competitions, engagements?
Plenty. We have jousting, we have archery, we have foot races, we have wrestling, we have strength contests. You name it, we most likely have it.
Pie eating competition.
Yes.
No, I don't like pie.
Not pie. I believe this year it is. I believe it is roast. I believe it is like legs of roast meat rather than pies. There was a bad experience with pies last tournament. I believe meat was deemed more acceptable.
But what if it's a meat pie?
I don't know. I don't run the tournament. I just vaguely remember there being something about. I believe the term was a catastrophic pie-tastrophe, is how the tabloids spun it.
So did like a pie explode, or
I'm not sure. I
Next
was
question.
working elsewhere at the time.
Next question. Must we be signed up as a team to participate in these other events?
No, the other events are solo events. You pay the entrance fee at each specific event based on when it is held.
Okay, and one last question. Do you have anything along the lines man as I'm not one. Fighter versus beast.
Not during the Grand Melee. That's more of our bread and butter throughout the other 20 months. Normally we hold exhibition matches, man v captured beast, once or twice a month outside the Grand Melee. We tend not to have any monsters in during the melee because of the amount of civilians around. It got messy.
I can imagine.
How long are we expected to fight for during the days of the Grand Melee? In the team battle?
The team battles normally take the battles themselves only take a minute or two. The time structure normally is at about half an hour to an hour.
So you'll be able
How
to
many
make your
battles
money
a day?
with the one.
One battle a day,
One.
Over the course of 3 days?
3 or 4 days. The reason it's structured
Kev
for
could
about
make extra money.
the reason it's structured for about an hour is because you can't be sure if you're for the first fight or the fourth or fifth fight, especially in the early days, and they've got to clean and prepare the arena between fights. Plus, there's introduction of fighters, and it normally takes about 15 minutes per match.
Ooh, Kev, maybe you want to make extra money. Kevin!
good.
Well, that answers that question. Now to find more.
Temptation to kill lowering.
I know a place where we can possibly find a worthy war.
We don't need a worthy warrior. We need someone who just knows how to win. We need a winner.
How about someone that's used to killing big beasts?
Beasts are different to men. Men are capable of thinking more complex thoughts than hungry eat.
You've obviously never met some of the beasts we've killed.
You obviously never met some of the men I've killed.
Of course not. You killed them. But
Sure.
I was about to say the
And
same
you're
thing about the
welcome.
beasts.
But the Hunters Guild Authority building location. As I look round slightly, lean down to the person at the desk. Where's that located?
A gesture over the back, over like your shoulder, and you can see it like half a mile down the road.
Yeah. They normally have a tavern area, meeting hall, stuff like that, where people gather and work. We may find someone there that is able to
Is there also a fighting
Yeah.
guild or something here other than the hunting guild?
Is there anyone amongst this crowd who looks like they don't have a group?
I'll get to you in a second. I'll answer Trent first. The best bet would be the Broken Ox, I would say. It's the closest thing we have to a fighters guild in town. It's a tavern with a. I believe they call it the corner of disputes. What it is, it's a sand pit in the corner where people punch each other's brains in.
Sounds like my type of place. Let's go.
To answer Kev, roll a perception check.
I'm about as strong as an ox. I'm not kidding. I looked up the stat block to make that joke.
With a 12, you're not 100% sure. Most people are mulling around in groups of at least 2 or 3. But not everybody here is evidently a fighter. There are some small merchant stalls and there's some civilians here. So the people who are like, they might not be in a team, like, it's like a group of 2 people and you're not sure if they're fighters or not. You could go up and start asking people, but you're not sure where to start.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. That one. Let's go see if they're a fighter.
Give me a second.
I was going to say, as he does that, I start walking towards the Hunters Guild and tell the others as I leave, I'll be at the guild if you need me.
Roll me a d20.
Me.
Yeah,
As
5.
Peter leaves, can I yell out to bring any recruits to the Broken Ox?
I just wave in acknowledgement.
Yeah.
You walk up. Kef walks up, and they're met with 2 people standing there. A tall Goliath and what you believe to be a bugbear that are sort of disputing amongst themselves.
Hi there.
What do you want, little one?
Are either of you fighters by chance needing a team for the Grand Melee? Because we're short 1 to 2 people.
No, we're not. We've got a team. We've got our own team. We've just entered.
Okay, thanks. Next.
They're getting
Eeny,
more common.
meeny,
You hear as you walk off.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. That one. Would you like another D20?
Yeah, sure. You walk up to a hobgoblin. You know what this is, having been traveling with one.
But
Oh, that's what Trent is. I just totally remembered that.
Yeah. He's just sort of leaning against a tree. He doesn't pay you any mind as you walk up.
Hey there.
Cracks an eye.
Are you a fighter by chance? Need a team for the Grand Melee? Because we're short 1 to 2 people.
I'm a fighter, but I've got a team of my own.
Okay, thank you. Eeny, meeny, that one.
Are you just going to go around everyone?
Kev spends the next 10 minutes walking up to most of these groups and either gets, I'm not a fighter, or I'm in a team already.
I'd like to go to the Broken Ox and just be done with this.
Yeah, no, that's why we're just going over this, because Kev's going to just keep rolling dice till they go through the entire group. There's only
Actually, after 2 more groups, can I push Kef with me?
Sure. Because I'm not even going to let you roll, because Kev has shit strength.
I'm literally as strong as an ox. So,
Nick. So, where is the party going first? Hunter's Guild or Broken Ox?
well, Peter went to Hunter's Guild alone, and I was going to the Broken Ox, apparently with Kef, because I'm dragging him with me.
Where's Crystal going? Which group is Crystal following?
I'm gonna go with, let's say, Trent.
Sure. Peter, you walk into the
Yes.
Hunter's Guild. You're greeted by a lizard folk at the front door. Yeah, you're from out of town.
Yes, apparently further than you would expect.
We get people from all over this week.
About 2 countries that way.
You're not the furthest.
That's surprising. Anyway, I have a couple of monster kills to confirm.
You want to talk to the guild master.
Yes.
Tried to roll an S there and it didn't work.
Also, as I'm walking towards the guildmaster, I will pull out my ring of station.
Yep. You walk up and there is just there is a relatively old, disheveled wood elf. What can I do for you?
I have several confirmed monster kills to report.
Brilliant. What have you killed?
I pull out 3 vials.
Yep.
These are the remains of several gargoyles dispatched roughly a year ago, apparently. For me, it's been 3 weeks. They were killed on the, whatever the name of the mountain range is.
About a year ago, you say?
Yes, we were charged with removing some gargoyles nesting at the top of a peak between the...
I'm aware where they were. We thought they were wiped out when the mountain disappeared.
No, that happened after the killing.
What can you tell me about what happened to the mountain?
Is Peter about to get murked?
Not a whole lot. We killed the things. I gathered dust. My companions went into the observatory. I woke up in a field.
He just sort of rings a bell twice, and I need you to make a dex save.
Uh-huh. Oh, fuck.
You are captured in a net and quickly manacled shackled.
Uh-huh.
I thought Peter's gonna get murked.
Send word to the guard. We need somebody who can cast Zone of Truth to confirm if this is correct. We may have found the result of the terrorist attack on the mountains.
The what?
If this is the reason I can't join the competition, Peter, I'm going to kill your character.
What are you talking about?
The mountain disappeared about a year ago.
How does a mountain disappear?
There's a large arcane explosion which destroyed 3 villages, the entire mountain range, caused earthquakes and flooding across half the continent.
Say what? Okay, what did those people do?
There was a large red beam fired from that mountain, with reports of it blowing a chunk of the moon away.
In the 3 weeks, have we seen the moon?
It's been overcast.
Someone should have
It was like, I was sitting there truly dumbfounded saying, what the fuck?
It's been overcast, and Kef was focused on the stars, not the moon. Kef basically went like, it has gotten just dark enough. Stars. And then it completely ignored the sky from then.
Right, I will sit there, I won't resist anything.
Also going to point out, the moon rotates, so the chunk may not always be noticeably missing.
Yeah. But yes, okay, that's a bit beyond what I was expecting.
Like, 2 people have left the room at this point. Take him to the holding cell. You are escorted downstairs to the dungeon.
Fun!
Oh, so we need another person to join us then.
You don't know yet.
Not what I expected.
I don't know what you expected when you're like, oh yeah, I went to that mountain that mysteriously vanished.
Hey, in character, he doesn't know it vanished.
Yeah, to be fair.
I mean, that's a fair point.
While the rest
He
of the-
has not lied. He has no idea what the fuck is happening.
we're gonna skip some of the party going to the Broken Ox for the moment, and we're gonna deal with Peter first. About 20 minutes later, you are escorted back out of your room into a small holding cell where a cleric walks in and proceeds to cast the Zone of Truth spell.
I willingly fail the save. I have nothing to hide.
The Grandmaster sits there, standing next to the guard captain and a third figure you don't know. You only recognize the guard captain because he's wearing a more fancy, more metal-stroked version of the guard uniform you saw on the way in.
Yep.
But there is a third party you do not know who it is.
So,
I want you to
take it something happened.
I want you to repeat what you told me upstairs.
Okay. Apparently a year ago, though for me it is 3 weeks, we travelled to the mountain range bordering the Theocracy and... I forget the name of the other one.
Yep.
Under request of the Capital Guards, hunting down a group of gargoyles. Their remains are in the 3 vials I presented to the Guildmaster, which I'm assuming you have checked over.
I have checked over. They are mundane stone, but being even a week old, it'd be hard to tell gargoyles from mundane stone.
Yes. Well, I was not expecting to be here. Anyway,
To be fair, like less than a day afterwards, like the magical residue would have subsided. So like you could just be having vials of rocks.
Well, they are in preservation vials. I don't know if that helps, but
No, like it's the magic of the creatures just dissipates almost immediately. These are not creatures where you're like, this is blood. We can roughly assess what this is through some spells.
Yeah.
It goes, the magic disappears, and it's rock.
I was going to say Identify or Legend Lore should give you that, what it is. But anyway,
Identify is items. Identify is magic items, and Legend Lore is items only. This would tell you it's a rock. It would basically go back and go, it's a rock from the mountain,
yeah,
or wherever the thing was created.
yeah.
It wouldn't tell you
anyway.
it was gargoyle.
Anyway, after defeating the what was it? It was one overly large and 6 smaller gargoyles, peak of the mountain. I gathered the remains as evidence while my compatriots went inside. I then woke up in a field. And apparently a catastrophe has happened.
Are these compatriots of yours in town at the moment?
I know.
I do not know where their current location is.
I'm gonna ask.
No, they asked.
Yeah.
They asked if they are in town.
I don't know their current location.
Peter.
This is a yes or no question.
To throw myself under the bus, I literally told you where to meet me.
Yes, you told me where to meet you. Didn't say you were there right now.
Fair point.
And as he said, he does not know their current location.
Yes or no? Are they in town?
Yes and no.
I'm gonna slap you with some psychic damage if you keep pulling this shit.
Hey, 2 of them aren't. He's answering honestly.
Where are the two in town Where are the ones that were in town headed?
When last I spoke to them, well, they yelled at me, I should say, they mentioned something about a broken ox or something.
Good. Snaps his fingers. The third figure walks from the room, and in walks one of the guards. Lock him back in the cell. He's being difficult.
Okay, can someone tell me what has happened?
You're under You're under suspicion of a terrorist attack, removing a mountain and killing 300 people.
Okay. What happened while I was non-existent for a year?
I explained this. There was a red beam from the mountain that destroyed part of the moon. Then there was a large arcane explosion which removed the mountain, causing flooding and earthquakes and destroying 2 nearby villages.
Right.
I already told you this once.
More information is always grateful. Ugh.
Is it just me, or do we get interrogated a lot?
Why
Can I
couldn't
get another
Thaltaxian tell me
character,
something
please?
more?
What was that, Peter?
I say, why couldn't Thaltaxian say more?
At this point, you are escorted out. Cutting back to the other group.
You've had 20 minutes.
I suddenly want to leave the Ox area for no meta reason at all. Just need some fresh air.
You arrive at the Broken Ox.
The second one, right? That's the Broken XO, yeah?
You arrive at the Broken
Yeah.
Ox.
Walk in.
It's a relatively large tavern, and you walk in and you see what appears to be an orc and a fairly burly dwarf going to blows in the corner of the arena.
I go over there and watch.
Yep. What do the other two of you do?
The moment I can get away from him, I need to go get a table, a chair, and a tent, and a sign, because I'm trying to merchant here.
Kev just walks straight back out of the room.
I'm just looking around.
Sure. There's a fair few patrons. There's bar staff coming and going. It's a very busy tavern at the moment. Like almost
I'm just-
all the
Okay,
tables.
on all sides.
I'm just gonna keep my head on the swivel and notice anything with a passive of 21. If
Except the
anything
rogue who rolled a 22.
like-
Sure.
I'm just
how
gonna-
long do you watch the people like beating the crap out of each other in the corner, Trent? Because
Until one of them wins.
well, that lasts a minute or two, and then as soon as one falls down, there's cheering, and he's dragged off, and he's tended to like stabilized, stuck in a chair, and another fight starts out.
With the same victor, or
No, two new people.
I'd like to go see the victor of the last fight.
You walk
I'll
up.
be back.
It's an orc with like a busted tooth and a black eye. What do you want? Ah,
You can take a good beating and also obviously dish one out. Do you want to join the Grand Melee with my team? We need like 2 more people.
not interested in it during the melee. Ah,
I know.
because I'm busy on work elsewhere. I'm having my day off before the festival kicks in, probably when I'm on guard duty.
Oh, why is everyone here a god?
I'm not a guard. I'm personal defense.
Why is everyone here a god or personal defense? Do you know anyone who's looking for a team for the Grand Melee who's about as strong as you? Maybe stronger, maybe weaker?
There's a notice board over there you can check.
Thank you. Walk to the notice board.
You walk to the notice board. There is a handful of jobs up, but there is a section at the moment that basically equates to adventurers for hire. On that list is one. Give me a second. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there are 4 posters. One appears to be a human. Well, 2 appear to be human. One looks very, very similar to your friend Epsilon, and the other looks like just a picture of a knight in full plate. Each one basically says to meet them. That they can be found here at the Broken Ox in the evenings.
Is it currently the evening?
No, it's like 1 in the afternoon.
I'd like to go find a corner somewhere where I can kind of watch the fights without too much interruption and proceed to go paint my own notice for the board.
Sure.
Because I don't have pen and paper, but I sure have painting canvas.
What are you painting with the notice to say?
I'm painting a self-portrait of my face, shoulder region, and looking for 1 to 2 people for Grand Melee. Strong people need apply, weak people need not.
Yep.
Look for roll
while you're
curse breaker.
while you're painting that. About 25 minutes later,
Uh,
2 guards walk in. So we're looking for the traveling companions of one Epsilon.
never heard of them. I'd like to, at this point, scratch out 2 and put 3.
We have some very important information to pass on to the traveling companions of one Epsilon.
Painty, painty, painty. Look at the gods. Painty, painty, painty. Listen to the gods. Painty, painty, painty.
Crystal, you doing anything?
But I mean, you said important information.
Yeah.
What kind of
Do it.
information?
What kind of information?
Mm.
The guard's head snaps and he walks over to you. So I take it you know Epsilon. Are any of your other traveling companions here? Because I'd rather
Scratch
not
out
repeat.
3, put 4.
I'd rather not repeat myself more than is necessary.
You can tell me, and I'll pass the message along.
Oh no, this is important information. It needs to be passed on directly.
I'm
Yeah,
back.
to
Sorry.
me.
What was that, Bailey?
I'm back. Sorry.
Okay, cool. Can you roll me an investigation check to see how fast you found the stuff you needed?
Okay.
Rolling a d10. Oh, that's perfect. It only takes you about 10 minutes to find the stuff you need from nearby, and you arrive back. About 5 to 10 minutes after, the guards walk in and go, "We're looking for the traveling companions of one Epsilon. They're currently talking to Crystal."
Raul is ignoring them, but also watching them to not draw suspicion. But then every time they talk to a travel companion, I'm putting a new number. And actually, at this point, I'm not even putting a number. I'd like to, stylistically put some black lines across where it says "looking for things" and just saying "looking for group."
So yes, they're speaking to Crystal, and they are openly saying they want to try and gather up any of the traveling companions because they don't want to repeat the information.
Can be found at And I'd like to on the wall soon.
So does Kev do anything?
So I'm in the tavern already, and they're
You're
already...
in. You got there about 5 minutes before they did.
Okay.
Because you're only looking for a tent, a sign, and like a table and chair. You could get those fairly easily nearby for only a handful of gold. Because this is in Main District.
Fair.
Before I continue, I need to know what like Kef's reaction is.
Effectively, Kev's just going to focus more so on trying to paint the sign and just not paying attention to anyone. He's not going to put a name on it.
So, what sign?
Oh.
So yeah, looking at Crystal. Well, if we must, Epsilon has divulged some information about your previous dealings with some gargoyles. We wanted to verify their story.
Oh yeah, we were sent to what we should do? We were sent to destroy gargoyles that are harassing airships.
Yes.
And then we went inside an observatory, and I was transported to a different plane. Tried to sacrifice myself to rebuild an Elder Gate, and then woke up in a field.
Interesting. If you and your companions would like to come to the Hunters Guild, where you can find them, there is a reward being offered.
I'm not being hunted. I'm a separate entity.
Oh yeah, well I'm sure Epsilon can collect that reward for us.
The reward is something the guild needs to give out personally to each person. There. That's a weird sentence to say. It is a magical boon that cannot be transported by item. It's granted specifically by a mage of the guild.
Can I insight check that?
Sure. He's gonna roll a deception check.
Because that sounds
No.
like total. That sounds
Knowing
like
your-
total bullshit.
Knowing your insight, you're gonna beat him.
Watch me rolling that one.
No, he's lying his ass off. He rolled a 6.
Ah.
But you don't know why
he-
you beat him.
He is flying by the seat of it. As I said, knowing Mikey's investigation, he wasn't winning. He is lying. Something's up.
Excuse me, sir. You are entirely bullshitting me right now.
Of course not. I'm just not exactly familiar with what the procedure is. I was just told to bring you to them. And the reward could only be given out in person.
Beheading can only be given out in person.
Oh, shit, that's the wrong button. I don't want to do a jailbreak. Is this the one where you can change the color of your eyes? Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make my eyes like flame red and be like, what have you done with Epsilon?
He just sort of taps his side, and I need you to make a. Give me a second to check up what's safe.
I'm gonna use intimidation as well with my +1.
Sure. Go right ahead.
Hey.
You intimidate him. He cowers slightly. The other,
I'm better
the
at
other
campaign
guard
than
at
you
the
are.
door casts a spell. Wisdom save. Oh god, you're good at those.
Am I?
The hold person does not take effect.
Hey, James, at this point, will my painting be done?
No.
Okay. Just checking.
Can I move outside for better
painting.
lighting?
It's a painting. You can't get it done in like 20 minutes unless you want to really rush that portrait.
And then Thaumaturgy's gonna switch to booming voice and be like, "You dare try to paralyze a servant of Thaltaxian?
You dare raise your voice to a city guard.
I have directly communed with a god. I have been given a mission. I outrank city guard."
What's my stealth? Kinda.
Mine's a 1.
You call yourself a guard, yet attack
What's your AC,
someone-
Mikey?
20.
Cool. Make an athletics check. He is grappling you currently.
Good for him.
He rolled a 24 to hit.
I can't beat that.
No, to hit. You are now rolling opposed athletics checks. Because to make a grapple check, they have to roll to hit you, then they roll opposed checks. Because they have to actually touch you first.
Yeah.
Touchy.
He tries to grapple you and just smack his hands away because he only got an 11.
Question.
Uh-huh.
Stop it.
Can I move outside to get better lighting for writing the sign?
You would have to walk past the other guards.
Okay.
Do you try?
Yes.
The other guard steps in front of you. Where are you going?
I need to make sign better. It's too dark in here.
Meanwhile, guy painting portrait in the corner.
You wouldn't
You're
happen,
right,
you
you
wouldn't
you
happen to
obviously have
know
dark vision.
this individual, would you? And he just motions to Crystal.
Nah. Not really.
Roll a deception check.
Dude.
Oh, go Bailey.
Sadly, that's not enough. Because he rolled a nat 20 on his insight.
I can't physically beat that because Bailey has higher deception than I do.
Yeah. No, I'm like, roll a deception. Rolls insight. Natural 20 with their modifiers. Beats out Bailey's. And then they're grappling you with a 23 to hit.
Do you think I can fucking beat a 23 to hit?
I know. Athletics or acrobatics.
They've got at least 18 in wisdom on city guard.
Hey, Bailey. Do you
No.
remember the evil campaign where I
yeah,
ran from everybody?
They could,
The what?
yeah, they could have they could have 14 or 16 in their proficiency, Mikey.
Yeah.
These are
What was that,
guards.
Trent?
They are likely proficient in
I'll message
insight.
you, don't worry.
So yeah, roll athletics or acrobatics.
Oh. athletics or acrobatics.
Dodge or break. Huh. He picks you up. As he rolled a natural 18, and a guard has more than 2 strength. We got one. Ah, good. Well, we'll be going now. That one should be able to give us the information we need.
You dare kidnap an innocent companion?
But now I'm fucked.
He turns back to you. So you're saying you do know this one then?
I never claimed not to.
Will you please come willingly? I do not wish to have to use force if I have to.
You've already tried force twice.
I'm only grappled, aren't I?
Yes.
Oh, that makes this so much more fun.
I know what you're about to do.
You've already lied to me about a reward. Why would I go with you?
Oh,
You're trying to kidnap me and my companion.
James, I'm whispering you a thing.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Bailey, why'd you have to do the thing? Oh.
Why are the city guards part of the Hunters Guild?
They're not.
They're not.
The Hunters Guild is an official guild that works with the town guard. Peter admitted to what is basically not even domestic terrorism, international terrorism. What? I'm waiting on Trent, who just sent the message through.
Don't do it in a building.
Sure.
That's my reasoning. Because if you look at my sheet, you'll see
Yeah.
bonds.
Yeah, no, you go right ahead. You bonk the guard.
Bailey, for reference. You are weak.
The guard talking to Crystal just watches Trent walk up and just cleave the other guard, rendering them straight unconscious.
I was gonna sit there and just say, fucking tell the truth with nothing.
The guard just spins, just grabs a stone. We have violent attack. Okay, give me a second to compose the sentence
Words.
in my head. We have violent opposition from a force of individuals proceed through a impending crime at the Broken Ox. That was still fucking gibberish, but it was closer. And he just drops the stone back into his pouch and stands there and backs up and tries to block the doorway.
Just turn to Trent. What the fuck are you doing?
Our companion who cannot protect himself. I am determined to protect the weak.
He definitely can protect himself. He's just being carried. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I give sarcastic eyes.
I'm gonna go.
Bitch. Cool. You saved him. He rolled a nat 1.
Yeah. He's unconscious for some time.
The guy's just looking from you guys to the back, to down the street, to you guys to down the street, to you guys to down the street, just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, refusing to move from the door. And he has drawn his longsword.
You there, fucking Brainiac over there.
Give a second. Bailey cast a spell.
Wisdom save.
That's sake.
Is there any secondary effects to Phantasmal Killer?
Yeah, he's frightened.
Good to know. Even as the DM, I can't click that.
Take it, Bailey. There we go. With the concentration spell too.
Yeah, so he's frightened. He just holds his line.
14, 10, you got 12. That's fucking sad.
That is.
To continue addressing your party, he's holding the line at the door.
What the fuck are you two doing?
No, he has to run from me, doesn't he? He's
No,
frightened.
he can't move closer. And he has disadvantage to attack things, I believe.
Yeah.
Do I know that he's scared of Kef?
Nope.
Damn.
You see him slightly stumble at something. Or the fact you cleaved his partner in half.
I fixed it.
You
What?
need...
Fixed bifurcation?
What the actual fuck?
Why are you grabbing my companion?
Yeah, for reference, frightened. Frightened creature has a disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of fear is in line of sight. Creature can't willingly move closer to source of fear.
Why are you the way you are?
Me?
Trying to talk this out. And
They weren't distilling our little friend here with the dignity and respect bestowed upon him by being my friend.
Since when are you friends with anyone? We've known each other for 3 weeks.
That's a very good point. I'm going to leave now.
Technically, you've known Kef longer. You've probably known
It's true.
You've probably known Kef in a week or two longer since Kef was in town that you were in.
Oh, a month.
Yeah, but
Husband.
still, like,
On that note, out the window.
you jump out the window.
I don't know
I'm
what
gonna ask.
I'm happy.
I'm gonna say something. Roll a perception check first.
You're on a second story.
No, they're on the ground floor. Cool. You do roll high enough to notice the window was closed, because it's the middle of the afternoon. And open the window first.
Not smash through it cinematically.
Yeah. So Ral is leaving. Is Ral leaving as well?
I said I will be leaving
Yeah. Are you going out the
through the
window?
guard.
He stands his ground against you. He stands his ground. He stands his ground against you.
Next minute, mountain cleaver.
You're not leaving.
Can I look and see a back room at all? Just around.
There is a back room. Yes.
You go out the window with Kev.
I'd like to start walking to the back room.
Because you all have had to get up and close to try and intimidate him. He's actually rolled to grapple you with disadvantage.
I was going to say, doesn't he need to roll against the Phantasmal Killer again?
At the end, actually, he has to roll like 4 times at this point. And on his next roll, he rolls a nat 20 to succeed the save. So he's actually not frightened of you, which means he rolls to grapple you. What's your AC?
Me?
Yeah.
18.
Roll an athletics check.
Don't know.
Grapple.
But I'm as strong as an ox.
And he.
Hear it.
And he
How many allies can I see?
One.
One. Because Kev's bailed out the window.
I'm not going to waste my saving face. I've only seen one person. I can tell them to shut up.
So on the next turn, he goes to attempt to put the manacles on you. You need to roll an athletics or acrobatics check, and he's going to roll another athletics check to put the manacles on you. At this point, Kev is running down the road.
Question, where in the heck in this city is the tavern?
You just jumped out of it.
I mean, on the map, though.
It's like here.
James,
Why is it near the inner wall? Fuck.
What was that, Trent?
I have a question.
Sure.
So, with weapons instantly reappearing into my hand, right?
Uh-huh.
If I hold my hand towards the back of the guard...
No.
Oh. Okay, that goes bad idea.
Actually, you know what, Trent? Sure, go right ahead.
Cool. I asked Crystal if they can take my sword 20 feet away from me.
Fuck.
I will
Why?
say
Why?
technically you can throw it that far.
Oh, fair. I'd like to throw my sword
20 feet, only
outside.
6 meters.
Yeah, so you throw your sword. He's pulling the manacles out.
It is now 20 feet from me,
Yep.
which means it instantly reappears in either a space I choose, whether my hand or in its scabbard.
Sure.
I'd like to hold my hands towards the guard.
Roll 2 attack rolls.
Yeah.
All I can imagine is the sword.
You
just
missed the
appears
you
and
missed the
flies
guard,
out
but
the
stab
door.
yourself.
Ow.
I
was
do
gonna
like
say-
that you seem to be calling it back to your hand blade first.
I was going
Yeah.
to say, Trent, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Does it say it can be summoned to a space occupied by something else?
No, it's summoned directly to his hand.
Yeah.
And they're sharing a square.
You know, I didn't actually expect that to hit me for some reason.
Yeah.
I'm
So
just like
Yeah.
hovering over the
You
down
basically-
guard, making sure he's okay.
you've basically summoned it, but at the last second, as he's moved the thing, he's basically rolled, and it's just appeared down his side, just stabbed straight into your own ribs. Now he's
You
gonna
know, I
make it,
didn't think for that one.
now he's just gonna. Now he's gonna roll. I'm gonna say athletics with advantage versus your
that's
your required acrobatics,
Oh no.
because you are not making strength because you are doing something else. So you are now trying to wriggle away.
I'm assuming at disadvantage because I got stabbed.
No, I'm going to say just a forced.
Oh, cool.
Acrobatics.
Doesn't make a difference. Yeah, doesn't make a difference.
No, Trent, it doesn't, because I'm looking at a 19 and a 20.
Yeah, and I'm looking at a 5 and a 3. Well, a 4 and a 2. And I can only see one ally, so that's not worth it.
He slaps.
I don't have like 18 allies near me.
You also can only boost it up to a maximum proficiency bonus.
Maximum 5, actually.
Still. He claps the manacles on, and your sword disapparates.
In character.
And they
Sorry.
burn your wrists.
Sorry.
You would be aware what these are.
Sorry.
The manacles are made of cold iron.
Sorry. What'd you do to my sorry?
It's gone back to wherever it was. He pushes your arms over the top and just kicks you to the ground.
Really exists of me? Cool. I'm on the ground.
Yeah.
And not being held?
Yeah?
Run. I would like to dash.
Sure, he's going to make an attack of opportunity to trip you.
Uh-huh. Question, James, before I
Yeah?
have to tell you what my AC is, do I lose any of my other abilities because I no longer have my sword?
Yes.
Oh, let me recalculate my AC. 1 moment.
Doesn't matter, Trent.
Did he great?
He didn't get above 10. He rolled a natural 2. So you get away.
Yes. Yeah. And I run.
Actually,
And I
he-
run.
And I run.
Not matter. I actually just gave him advantage because you're manacled. He rolled another 2.
And I run.
Yeah, you get
Jumps
a
out.
whole 30 foot. Because you have to use half your speed to stand up.
Yeah.
I thought I dashed.
But he
Oh yeah, it's an extra stand up.
up,
Anyway.
out. But yeah, you jump out the window. Technically dashing, he'd get 45 because he spends half the initial movement standing up, then he adds his base movement.
Is
So-
And then I
it
run.
really stupid?
He runs.
I honestly kind of regret doing this, but yeah.
So you run
I
and
was
jump out
bored.
the window. The guard just turns to Crystal, and at this point, well, you see guards coming down the road from both sides.
And I run the opposite direction.
There's guards coming from both ends of the street.
Is there any alleyways?
Sure.
And I run.
Help, there's a man manacling people back there.
Sure. You
Oh,
run
help! I
it.
got manacled by that man in a guard outfit.
Sure. Trent, there are 6 alleyways. Do you just pick the closest one, or...
I am in a panic, so I'm doing this. Damn it! I thought that would work. I choose alley number 5.
Sure.
The one with a fruit cart vendor and like and 2 people with the pane of glass.
My cabbages!
So you run down an alleyway. Guards are following you. We cut back the crystal. Are you going to make this as hard as your friends?
I'm just making sure this man's okay.
Will you come peacefully after that?
Why would I come peacefully? You've already lied to my face. A better reward. You're trying to kidnap us.
No, I'm not trying to kidnap you. If I said you were being detained, you weren't going to come with me, were you?
So you're Why are you detaining us?
Eating a Chinese
We've done
supplement
nothing
meal.
wrong. We've been asleep in a field for a year, apparently.
And we just wanted to confirm some information. We wanted to detain you for informational purposes.
You
Why
could have
did you say
said,
that?
hey, we need to ask you some questions, not, hey, come with us for a fake reward.
When we asked your friend for questions, he was incredibly obtuse, and we were told to bring you in. Questions
That's
lead to
because
people
he's a
running.
colossal dickhead.
We need to corroborate your friend's story to work out what happened to a mountain.
Why don't you cast Zone of Truth on it?
We did!
Then why? How would you need to corroborate it then?
Because he kept answering with weird answers, apparently.
And ask direct
We
questions.
did!
Do it
asked him
better.
if he had we asked him if he had traveling companions in town, yes or no, and he said yes and no, and the spell didn't stop him.
What I'm hearing is you people are terrible at asking questions.
Vein bulge.
So Mikey's gonna get away by killing this guy out of an aneurysm.
Oh, Trent, you run into an alleyway at this point.
Yeah.
It's a closed off alleyway.
Is there anywhere to hide?
Doors, man, doors.
You can hide behind a trash can.
Is there any doors?
No.
Any windows?
Second story up.
Ah!
Climbing with manacled hands.
I mean, that's not the worst thing I've ever done. Can I summon my sword back yet?
No. Your sword is currently locked away by the fact you're manacled with cold iron, preventing any magical effects from manifesting in your hands.
I'm a spider! I'm not compared to disadvantage.
Yes, you have disadvantage. You start scrambling at the wall, and the 3 guards are like, freeze! Three heavy crossbows leveled at you. Freeze! Town guard!
What are you gonna do? Shoot me?
What was that?
Climb! What are you gonna do? Shoot me? Climb!
Yes, yes they are.
And they roll their attacks. All 3 of them hit you.
This is so fucking...
Do they though?
What?
But do they though?
Yes. The lowest they
Okay.
rolled was a natural 16.
Oh, yeah, okay, that beats my AC of, I think, what is currently 14?
So that is 11 damage, 18 damage,
16 is my current AC.
11, 18, 27 piercing damage from 3 bolts in your torso. We said
27?
get down!
27. I still have hit points.
Is not how I envision the session going.
Hey, we
Oh,
said we're
no,
fucking
no.
you up somehow.
Oh, wait!
Running
They
from the
really
lying
run
cop.
towards them!
You run towards them. They all shoot again.
Running from the cops of lies.
Can I make a dodge action?
Sure.
Well, that's right, that's an actual thing, isn't it?
Yes.
It evens out your rolls because you are currently restrained. So that's 2 hits, one of which is a crit.
Yeah.
You said these were light crossbows, right?
No, heavy crossbows.
Heavy.
Yeah, they're light.
Light for a Goliath, maybe.
Light for me, who's as strong as an ox.
Yeah.
That is
By heavy crossbow, he means light from
32
this
damage.
How much?
32.
Still have hit points.
Just because you have them doesn't mean you must waste them.
Uh-huh.
Someone needs to.
So at this point, you're about 10 feet from them.
And shoulder punch.
Attack. Roll a d20 plus strength modifier.
Oh no.
That does not
So
hit. Now roll a dexterity save with disadvantage.
Oh no.
You fall flat on your ass and the 3 of them just jump on top of you.
Help! I'm wounded and being arrested.
Rape!
Because you've tried to shoulder barge them, and the guys just rolled past, and you've just stumbled and gone face first in the dirt, and they dived on you.
Am I being detained?
Yes!
For what?
Suspected terrorism! And assaulting a guard!
Eating a succulent Chinese meal.
Resisting
This is
arrest.
democracy manifest.
Oh, God.
So James, what was that about best laid plans?
Best laid plans are forgotten when it's this party.
Best laid
To be
plans forgotten
fair,
when
I
Trent
completely
accidentally gets
forgot-
bored and
I-
misplaces his character.
To be fair, I completely forgot that you were going to go and basically dob yourself in for the mountain. Because I completely forgot that you gathered gargoyle parts to even hand the rest of that in, because I thought most of it fell off the mountain.
That's why there's only 3 vials.
Yeah. So, you are now restrained and pinned. You are completely immobilized, Trent. Cutting back to Mikey. Oh, and Kef. You are also in the street, as you are further, probably another 60 feet down the street, when the guards round the corner. So you were actually before Trent dived out of the room.
I would like to disappear amongst the crowd.
Roll the stealth check.
Come on. Death needs to disappear. Woo!
Kef disappears, back to Crystal. The guard in front of you is then backed up by 3 more guards.
Okay.
Bring this one along. If I have to talk to him anymore, I might kill him. And he walks out of the room.
You would try. I am the chosen of Theltaxian.
Twitch, 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 and you know what? Just for the fucking sake of it.
We pissed James off. Congratulations, group.
No. You see twitch, 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 and the guard falls down.
Oh, fuck!
Aneurysm?
He falls down. He just collapses. The other guards roll him over. He's bleeding from the nose. His eyes have rolled in the back of his head.
See the wrath of the gods made manifest. You will
Now roll
not
intimidation
detain.
with advantage.
You will not detain the worthy.
The other 3 of them back off.
I am an agent of the balance.
As one of them is like checking him over and just looks up. Guys, Captain's dead. They just back up, and one of them grabs a stone. We're gonna need assistance. Send the anti-magic unit. And they just sort of watch you from about 30 feet away.
I'm still just over the guard, like
Yeah.
the one that
You're over the
I
one that
sped
Trent
though.
cut down, and the one you were
Yeah.
talking to is just laying there dead about 15 feet from you.
I didn't do it though. What a me.
Stab them with a dagger. Do it.
No, you
It is-
didn't. I rolled a 100 on a D100 to see if he had an aneurysm. He had a 1% chance, and I rolled it. He
And I'm just
straight,
like, yes, the gods.
yeah, he straight up had a fucking stroke trying to deal with you guys.
Well, I mean,
That's
fear
a
does that to a
horrifying
person.
stat. Why did I look that up?
What, Trent?
I looked up what the real life percentage of aneurysms are. Why did I do that? What do you mean a brain aneurysm ruptures every 18 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what?
8 to 10
what
people per
I'm just
100,000
like
people.
gripped by holy fervor. I'm like, it is the will of the gods that I go free.
I mean, they're standing about 10, 15 feet away from the door if you try to walk past them.
Not. I'm still standing. I'm making sure this dude, like, when this guy wakes up.
Well, you're aware
Do you
he's
go
stable.
and check the one that just dropped in front of you?
No, he's dead. He's
Do you
dead,
ask them if
dead.
they have any gems for a revivify?
I mean, I could.
You also have a gem for Revivify on you.
I do have a gem for Revivify. I could do that.
You do?
He does.
I do.
He has a Revivify gem.
When do you get that?
I don't know. It's on his sheet.
Last session.
How? We didn't res Raymond because we didn't have it.
I honestly cannot remember.
It's on his sheet. That's all I know because I used Mikey as a test
Uh-huh.
piece for new characters that were rolled.
Because I'm pretty sure I took the last one off.
Either way.
Oh well, you've got one now.
I've got one
Continuity.
now. Yeah,
The gods favour you.
exactly. It's the will of Thaltaxia that I have a 300 gold gem. Yeah, so I'm just like, oh, do I revivify him?
You gotta,
Roll a
make that
d20.
decision.
I was gonna say odds are Trent. Odds are evens.
Evens.
Damn it.
Well,
No.
gonna go change that aneurysm in a minute.
He looks up at you. You know what? Fuck it. Would you please come kindly with us? I will put a good word in for you. I kind of owe you. And to be fair, I know for a fact you weren't fucking lying. He pulls out a notepad and you, with your 21 passive, sees him write down, note to self, go to church more often.
He had a personal thought.
As he just sort of stands up, wipes the blood off his nose with the back of his hand. At this point, we see Ral being dragged up.
I just like
He
put my
just
hand in his cheek. He's like, Thaltaxian favors you, friend.
He just sort of looks at it, let him go. And they unmanacle you and just roughly drop you on the ground.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh!
I'm still like staring into his eyes. I'm like,
Oh.
spread his word, brother.
Please don't run. Like, your friend has earned you a favor. Don't make me regret this by running.
Someone's back my sword and puts it on my sheath this time.
Yeah, that you can summon it directly into the sheath via your ability.
Yeah. Sorry!
None of them react.
Goes back to his happy place.
Can I get my painting stuff and finish my thing?
You can get your painting. I would prefer if you came with me straight to the guild, please, though.
I'll just duck in real quick and duck straight out. No stopping.
He just waves past you.
In, out. Look, it's painting.
Just yell down
Did
the
I finish
street.
my painting? No, I didn't finish my painting.
you
That's a
didn't.
dumb question.
Just thaumaturgy my voice down the street. Kev, you can come out now.
Perception check from Kef. Have you been running the whole time once you got out of the line of sight?
Kef has been fleet of foot, hiding amongst the crowd. He is strategically moving, avoiding guard rotations
Yeah, no.
to make it to a gate to get out.
Kef is fucking gone.
Okay.
Kef is gone.
You shout down the street. This has been like 2 or 3 minutes of Kef speed
Well,
walking
I
away.
thaumaturgy my voice down the street, so What does it do? It booms.
Yeah, it booms, but I don't know how far it goes. And Kev has had 2 or 3 minutes of going.
That is the wrong spell.
Isn't it normally around 300 feet?
Your voice booms up to 3 times as loud as normal.
Yeah,
for
no.
1 minute.
Kev has been marching for like 3-4 minutes. Kev is like a good. Hey, Kev is fucking gone. Because like you don't.
Well, I tried.
Yeah, Kev has gone like down alleyways and stuff.
Tried. I failed. Lesson learned. Never try again.
I also went down alleyways.
You know, you went
Alleyway.
down alleyway.
So, yeah.
Singular.
Do you go willingly with the guards?
I do.
Yeah, once I get my painting.
They'll let you collect your stuff and they take you to the guild. And
As far as I know, this man has been touched by the hand of Thaltaxian.
the
Well,
the
that
guard
was
captain
interesting.
escorts you into the Hunters Guild. We have the ones that the Grandmaster wanted, and he's still just holding the bridge of his nose, and that you're just escorted in. It's at this point, it's only the guard captain once you enter, and the Grandmaster in front of you. You two are the ones that were traveling with Epsilon.
Wait, hold that one again?
Yes, sir. They. Wait, did I accidentally cause Trent to have a nosebleed?
No, I was in character.
Oh, fair. Because you sounded like you were away. I thought like my talk of like the character having a nosebleed and stuff had triggered one in you again.
No, I'm fine. My throat's a bit scratchy, but that's you know.
The guard
That's
looks.
the
Of course,
COVID.
my throat's dry.
These are the two, sir. Yes. Would you kindly come with me? We have a room prepared with Zone of Truth, just for the behest of making sure of things. Just don't push them.
Do you know what the best part about this all is? The
No.
person who actually really knows what went on there has actually got away.
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
in a different dimension.
Hey, I have to take my word for it.
Yeah,
I was
also
in a
other
I was
person
in a
in
different
there.
dimension. Pete was outside. Trent was not paying attention.
No, my character was paying attention to the big thing in the roof.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, Raul
paying
was
attention.
one turn off trying to eat the telescope.
Uh-huh.
They guide
That's
they,
a
And then
lovely
some
thing to say.
dickhead went and pushed a big red button.
they guide you
Twice.
downstairs, straight past the cell with Epsilon in it to the small room
Oh, hey, Epsilon.
where the cleric is waiting, and they
And
most,
everyone just hears me saying, "That's when Alpha decapitated the thing." Mine? I don't know how he did that.
you broke up something horrible there.
It's fine. We're moving past this stuff.
Yeah, so they usher you to sit down, and the guild master sits approach you, and the guard captain is leaning on the wall, and the third figure is back. We'd just like to clarify a few things. Were you at the mountain with the observatory about a year ago, fighting some
Apparently.
gargoyles?
Are we doing this one at a time or all together?
You're both there.
Okay.
Apparently, we were told it's been a year.
I thought it was literally a few days ago.
I mean, it felt like a few days ago.
Trent, roll
Yep.
me a history check, because this Grand Melee is something your character would have been super interested in.
Yeah, sure. I probably would have been here regardless of the group.
Yeah, you would be aware the Grand Melee was supposed to be a year from now.
Yeah, I was preparing for this Grand Melee a year ago, and now it's now. So, yeah.
Can one of you kindly explain to me what happened over the course of the events after the gargoyles were defeated?
Oh, we went into an observatory, which was definitely magical.
I opened the door of a knock spell.
Crystal
Yeah.
got charmed and walked towards the giant crystal.
Button.
You're not there. Shut up.
You had your chance.
Yeah, I know.
We
up, Peanut.
yeah, I cast
Valerie.
detect magic to see if there was any curses or anything. And the whole thing lit up as magical, so I said we should probably stay away from it.
And then I went in there because I like
And then
magical
the
things.
door got opened by a knock spell, and as soon as I saw the telescope, I felt like I immediately needed to go near it.
And I also walked in there because I
for
like
you,
magic
for
things.
you, it wasn't the telescope, it was the wizard captured in the giant pink crystal.
Right, that, yeah. I say that verbatim.
Yeah.
Would I know I was quote-unquote charmed?
You would.
Okay, I was charmed to go towards Pink Crystal Wizard, and then I touched it, and I was sent to the astral plane. I
That's where
threw
you were.
I threw a shard bind at a fragmented crystal elder gate, and there was a wizard there, and the shard bind became part of the gate, and then a giant laser tried to shatter the gate, and I could see into the great beyond, and it was awful. So I prepared to sacrifice myself to repair the gate. But I cast Death Ward on myself first, and then I sacrificed myself to the gate, and I woke up in a field.
And he just sort of turns and looks at Ral.
Ah, yes. So after my friend here disappeared into a crystal, no offense, Crystal. Sorry, the name's Crystal just been into a crystal. A little confusing.
It's actually not confusing at all. You're just an idiot.
I am of average intelligence, thank you very much.
Emphasis on average.
11's average, right?
11's actually slightly above average.
Ah, slightly above average. That's me in real life.
Like, average common is a 10.
Remember, we're in a zone of truth.
Yeah, fair. And so I walked in there because, I felt the magic presence, and if you don't know much about me, which I'd be surprised if you did, but I have a sword here, its name's Swordy, apparently. I discovered that today. It talks to me, and it also likes to eat other magical items. So, it's jealous of my power, but that I get from it, so I try to find other sources of power to appease its appetite for more power, to give me more power. It's a vicious cycle. He's a nice guy. Not very talkative. But yeah, anyway, this sword is actually an item from my clan. I am the Curse Bearer, which is an honorific title, as opposed to most people who seem to get scared of the fact that I'm powered by a curse. I think it's fascinating. Anyway, yeah, so
What I'm hearing is word vomit.
Yeah.
So after my friend disappeared into a crystal, I was looking around in the observatory, going, yes, this is magical, and then the sword's like, eat the telescope. And then I'm like, you know what, I can't argue this point, so I started walking towards the telescope. Meanwhile, our little blue friend, he's blue, right?
Yep.
Yeah, little blue friend, Kef, who really wanted to go in here. He likes the stars and the stars. So he's like, yeah, I like telescopes, and he's looking at that, and then he presses the big red button, and then the telescope shoots, which I don't think telescopes are meant to shoot.
No, they're not.
Yeah, I think they're just for observing. See? Average intelligence. And
Yes, it takes
suddenly,
a genius to work that out.
and then suddenly I panic, going, what did you do, Kaf? Meanwhile, our other friends who are too scared to enter the room are in the hallway going, what was that? As, everyone just feels their power get drained. My sword disappeared, hence why I couldn't eat the telescope. And
Obviously.
well, the sword couldn't eat the telescope because the sword wasn't there anymore. It's kind of like the cold iron manacles, they make the magic not work. Basically, the same effect happened, but in a greater area. I'm pretty sure all my companions who had any form of magic were weakened. I was. And it takes a lot to weaken me. Looks up the 6 crossbow wounds. Sorry, I just catch myself. And then Kef's like, oh shit, what did I do? And I'm like, well, you should bring the red beam back. And then he's like, good idea. So he opened the panel that controlled it, and he's like, I need some help. So I went to help him. I had no idea what I was doing. Don't know why he asked me to help. And then he took some wires, and he reversed the wires, and then he closed that, and then he pressed the button again. And then we woke up in a field. And apparently a year had passed.
The guard captain is just rubbing.
Oh, there was also Alfan there, who he woke up and he was in a full crater, and he had all this crazy writing of just his name all over him, apparently.
And a sword in his chest.
A sword, his own sword, which is my sword, but my sword's different because I can change what it looks like. And he had the original version of this sword that I copied. Yeah, cool, gotcha. All caught up, cool. And that was in him, so I helped get that removed out from him. And then we all sat there for a week going, what do we do? Maybe not been a week, I think it was a day or two.
It was a day.
A day.
Oh yeah, Alfred. Remember that guy's like a god, right?
Is he? I thought he was a town god.
Pretty sure he's at least a demigod. I
Well,
mean, he had a sword through him for a year and didn't die.
I could do the same. Looks at crossbow wins.
And then Taltaxian showed up and said that
My story.
the veil between the astral plane.
My story.
It's both of our stories. We're both here.
It's my turn to talk. I have the room. Roll 20. Why'd you go away? Come back. I don't speed a roll. My roll 20 reloads. My ass spray fell on that 5.
The guard captain is just standing there, rubbing his temples, going, "I don't get paid enough for this." And the Grandmaster is just looking at you like,
Yep.
the spell is still up, yes? Nod.
So Alfan, so all I know about Alfan was I chilled with him and worked with him very briefly in, what was the town called, James?
Fucked if I remember.
The capital of the country.
The capital of fucked if I remember.
7 tribes.
The capital of the 7 tribes of that's where I'm from. And so you know, what was that?
That's why you know it so well.
Yeah, exactly.
7 tribes of
And yeah, it's Hobgoblin. And I seen him around. He was a really well-known guard. He literally suplexed a giant at one point. I didn't even know that was possible. And he's
sick.
He's a Goliath. He's pretty big, pretty strong. Breaks a lot of palisades.
No, he was not a Goliath. He was as big as a Goliath. He was a human.
He was a Goliath to me. He was a
Goliath in spirit.
Because, okay, if I didn't actually know if he was a Goliath, would Zone of Truth make me not say Goliath?
No, I'll let it slide.
Okay. So he was a Goliath, apparently. He said he wasn't, but I could see through it. He 8 foot tall, really wide, really strong. I know a Goliath when I see one. And hair, though. And so, he asked to come along, and by asked, I mean, we hired one of my other companions, Mallory, who isn't with us anymore, but she was there too. She didn't die, she just kind of left. Was there. She hired him, while I hired, what's his name? The gnome guy?
Gnome guy?
Ivank.
Yeah, Ivank.
I hired Ivank, who he was a bit... and we flew in his airship to the mountains. That's why he was there. Though he wasn't there when we woke up. Don't know what happened to him. It seems like a unfinished storyline. You gave me a room. You made a mistake. Anyway, I'm getting off topic here. So,
Really?
we come back to the field, right? Alpin's unconscious. We help take the sword out of him. We try to heal him, but the healing spell just kind of... Have you seen, water on an apple?
Mm-hmm.
It kind of does that off him and onto the ground. So he wasn't dead, but he wasn't dying. But we also didn't know for sure. And then, as he said, some god guy showed up. Apparently it's a big deal.
Taxian the Mighty showed up and spoke to me.
And then he got some really cool dagger. Oh, speaking of that dagger, the dagger kills people if they're meant to be dead, something like that. I wasn't paying full attention. By the way, he let me stab Alfan with it. He didn't die, so good thing he was alive. Then we spent like 4 minutes trying to get the dagger out of his very muscular chest. We shrunk the dagger, then that didn't work, and then did a lot, that didn't work, and then Mallory started attacking me, so I challenged her to a duel. So then we walked out into a field, and then she stopped attacking me. I cast a few spells to get my tricky stuff off. That's probably not super honorable, but I never said I was honorable. And then, she started attacking Kef for, trying to move him, and yeah, that was the whole thing. And then our other friend, who also isn't with us, because he's dead in the field, attacked me. I didn't kill him. It wasn't murder. He attacked me when I tried to do a one-on-one honorable duel. And then that all happened. And then at this point, I got to cave up and I went and painted this painting. And I pull it out of my bag. This painting of a fire portal in a thing in one of the craters that we lived here with. I think it's quite good. I actually don't know how good it was. I never rolled for it, so it's possible. Do you like it?
Certainly a painting. Do you like it? Do you like
They're
it?
just sort of stunned, looking at you. Inserts note, like 2 hours in, play a recap of last 4 sessions.
Oh, tell about the fire giant that I banished.
Oh, yeah. So, as we went on, Alfan woke up, and Mallory left. Then Faltaxian's like, why did you stab me with the dagger? And I'm like, well, from what I knew of you, that if you were meant to die, you would have died. And if you were half dying in a field, I'd want you to do that to me as well. And he's all like, yes, that is very good. And then he's like, and you, Mr. Paladin, why did you attack this person? And then he's like, and then he's like, very bad, Paladin. And then he kind of went off after Mallory. And then we waited around till the nighttime, so Cat Astronomer could tell us where we were. Turns out we were in Svalbard.
In the future.
In about a year from when we weren't. So that was a thing to adjust to. And then we decided to walk from, this place in this field in Svalbard over to here. And that took a 3-week journey. And we met a goose. Here's the goose. He's immortal apparently.
No, you don't know that.
We wouldn't know that.
He's very angry and doesn't like me, so don't let him out of the bag, please. Also, every time we saw him, we met him like 4 times on the road. And every time he had a bag full of this candy.
Would you like a candy?
Would you like a piece of candy?
God.
After about 3 seconds, the eyes unglaze. No, thank you.
Can I have a piece of candy?
You know what? Sure.
Oh,
Thank you. My mouth was getting a little dry. I put a piece of candy in my mouth and then continue talking while chewing.
Roll your D10,000.
I'm not going to look it up this time, so.
Yeah, give me a second.
Can you imagine how much better this would be if I was a pod?
What the roll?
1151.
1151.
What? 1151?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please tell me he explodes.
Teleports.
I wouldn't even be mad.
No,
Roll again.
no, you're fine.
Oh. Okay. This one tastes like licorice. Anyway. Mind you, last time I had one of those, the entire floor or field dirt around us turned to like a swamp and then a lake. So that was a thing.
Another guy started shooting streamers out of his ears.
Yeah, that was Kef. That's the one who's not here at the moment. It was wild.
The 3 people just sort of stand up, walk out of the room. You just hear them go, you know what? And then you hear Epsilon's gate be open and just fucking walk off. You're just left in the room. The three of them
I-
unanimously went, nah, fuck it.
That's
Because
I stick my head out the cell.
all of that was true as far as the Zone of Truth spell was concerned. And they've just gone, yeah, no.
I was going to say, I stick my head out the
Fix
cell
my
and
story.
go, is someone meant to be leading me somewhere? What's going on?
You're free to go, is all that's shouted down the hallway.
Oh. Why didn't they just tell us it's in the bar? I'd like to sit in the room and continue my painting. I'll meet you at the bar later on. I need to finish
Was
this
that
painting.
the guard captain that left or the guild master?
That was all three of them. That was the guard captain, that was the guild master, and that was the unnamed third person. The guild master unlocked your cell as you went.
Cool, I go down to the room with the other two and say, what did you tell them?
The truth. I told him everything that happened.
Literally everything.
Alphan, Mallory,
I would like
Crystal,
to point out that was a 15-minute
from-
recap. That was a 15-minute monologue recap.
It was. It was awesome.
Oh, and this is why I can't play low charisma characters.
Yeah. Right.
Can I get a character sheet now?
Yeah, I was about to ask, where the fuck did Kef go?
Kev has no regrets. Kev doesn't look back. Does not bring joy.
Cool. Yeah, new character.
Kevin's gone.
Right.
Kef just fucking dipped.
So I've got a question, you two. Do you know what happened to the little one?
Window, gone.
Right. Cool. I'm gonna go see if they'll actually pay me for. I
Sure.
don't think they will, though.
They tried to arrest us.
Yeah. Well, I was kind of sitting in a cell. I did wave as you passed. I don't know if you saw.
I said hello.
Ah, that was you. Anyway, I'm gonna go see if they'll pay for this stuff.
So, Epsilon leaves. Do the other two follow?
I feel like you need a drink.
I'm
Yeah, I
good.
do.
I'm good.
Back to the tavern.
So, the three of you walk upstairs. Epsilon.
Actually, I was going to stay in the room while painting.
Well, Epsilon and Crystal walk upstairs. Epsilon, you are paid 400 gold, which was the agreed upon value for the gargoyles.
Yep.
They pay you and just shove and go, okay, leave. The guildmaster wants nothing to do with you guys at the moment.
Right. Where's material purchases?
What have you got?
I have a carapace from the Gun.
I think now
Just put it in
400
chat.
gold between three of us. There's only three of us left.
Bailey, I did not.
I'd like to point out that you
I
could
never
call
heard your.
Kev if you really wanted him back.
Yeah, Bailey, I'll say this. I never actually heard the ding for that whisper because I was on the actual player tab. And because that was a 2GM
Fair
whisper,
enough.
like, Trench spoke over that ding or I would have responded like 10 minutes ago.
I do that.
Oh, it's just going blip at one point, and like, I never heard it otherwise because I've got a whisper from Bailey that says, "I'm out of the city by now, right?" That was before you rolled for the candy.
Mikey,
By the way, I looked at what I rolled for the candy. Yeah, fair.
you are a cleric. You do have the sending spell.
I
You
am-
could contact Kev
Trent,
if
by
you
the way,
want Kev
I am
still.
going to put a 1d6 day charge on that, not a permanent effect.
Yep, that's fair.
Just because that's a little bit OP to have as a permanent
And-
effect.
Oh, yeah, no, definitely.
Ending a cleric spell? Oh, it is a cleric spell.
What? Zone of Truth?
Ending. No, it's ending.
Yeah. It's on like,
I
a
do
bunch
not-
of spell lists.
It's on 3 spell lists,
Yeah.
which I do not have prepared. So by the time I have a long rest and prepare it, you will be several postcodes away.
Potentially.
Well, no, Kev still needs supplies because, Kev's survival skills very lacking.
If
I don't
Crystal
know.
casts it tomorrow, we will then determine what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what tomorrow brings.
Okay, so is that all you're selling, Peter?
Yeah, it's somewhere between 1 and 500 gold pieces based upon challenge rating.
220 gold pieces.
Cool.
On that, like, you're all ushered out at one point. I'm assuming you all meet back up at the tavern for around dinner time.
Oh, I'm assuming at some point they actually physically like dragged me out of that room.
Yeah, they chuck you out at close of business. That's why I'm saying you're back at the tavern at dinner time.
Yeah, but have I finished my painting though?
Sure.
Cool. I
On the
hand
wall.
Crystal 100 gold.
Hey.
I hand Rail 100 gold.
Hey.
I have 100 gold in another bag saying... Anyone got a way to contact Kev?
Tomorrow.
Right, well... When you do, let him know I've got coin for him.
Sure.
Well, he seemed to be interested in money.
Okay. You there, fleshy meat bag. You gonna get some dinner?
Yeah, probably. I finished my painting, so now I could be. Wait, these people should be here.
Yep.
We need to get people for the melee. I'd like to look at the wall and go. The suit of metal.
Sure, you see it.
Which one?
The one on the poster.
The one that looks like Epsilon or the one that looks like a knight in armor?
Knight in armor.
Cool, because these are only basically, like, rough sketched head portraits. They're sitting over on the opposing wall.
Aha! I walk up to him. Them.
How tall are you?
I am about. In the character sheet, 5'3" apparently. I am
He's
very
over
short.
a foot taller than you. Standing there, cloaked, just leaning against the wall next to the fight pit.
Hi.
Hi.
You looking for a group?
Yes, I am.
Sam, join us.
I'm.
Are you strong?
Are you?
Can you not see my sword?
A weapon.
I
does
summon
not,
it to my hands.
a weapon does not make one strong. Conviction
Ah.
makes one strong.
This is very true. How about you and I fight in the pit to prove this? Did I get full healed at some point?
No.
Hey, can that painting rest count as a short rest? Yeah?
Short rest.
All the hit dice.
1, 2,
He
3,
looks at
4, 5, 6.
Sure.
7. 8.
I'll let you choose. Weapons or no weapons.
Definitely weapons.
He walks.
Death by concussion. Aww.
He walks into the circle.
Question: is there anyone taking bets around the arena?
There is no bets going on. But at this point, 3 other figures lean on the banister to watch. Well, 2 lean on the banister. One is just sort of standing over everyone. Peter, you have to roll a perception check. You recognize one of them. You see Theta.
Okay. Question: what angle am I to them?
Behind them.
No, like if I jumped on them, would they go into the pit or down beside?
Into the pit.
Cool. Can I move slightly round
Sure.
so that when I basically bear hug them, they don't go into the pit?
Sure. So
And then I'm basically just going to go Theta and run up and try bear hug.
you hear, "Ah!" and he just picks you up and body slams you on the ground. And snarls in your face.
Just like old times. Oh.
And he just raises an arm back and goes to deck you in the face. There is no recollection on his face that you are anyone he knows.
Theta! Theta!
Ah! Hey Trent, you know who this is?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
I was gonna say, I don't have anything I could use to stop him. That guy say, I give! Stop! I thought
He
you were someone
just
else!
grabs you by the front and just throws you 15 feet away. Basically, just grabs you with two hands. Just, nyah.
Yeah. He's like one of the few that could.
Yeah. With 20 strength, of course he can.
I do weigh 700. 400.
Yeah. So
You
does
just got
he.
yeeted, so
So
Yeah, I
does
know.
he.
Hopefully
Congratulations.
it's nothing behind me.
So you step down, and you were standing directly across from the cloaked figure.
As I walk in, I'd like to tell that I'm fighting somebody.
Yep.
And then hop in.
And at this point, roll initiative while he shoots you.
Yep, fair.
As he's not cheating, he's activating his hip fire ability where he gets to shoot during the initiative roll.
Fucking sick.
Scroll down, open that one.
I didn't fully heal from all those hit dice, by the way. I got 73 of 96 hit points.
Yes, he's going to use his hip shooter feat. When you roll for initiative, even if you are surprised, you can immediately draw a firearm in one hand and make an attack with disadvantage.
Cool.
When making an attack with a firearm in one hand with this action, bonus action, and
Have my
he can
Valorant.
also like choose to make 2 shots if he takes basically great weapon fighting. So we'll roll initiative. Ooh, that's right. I don't have names on any of these character sheets.
Yeah.
Let's turn name on this one.
hey, James.
He misses with the light cannon and blows
Holy
a hole
fuck.
through the wall.
Holy shit! Hey, that name again.
Yeah.
I'd like to make a note. It specifically said with one hand. You are first on the initiative, Trent.
That was close. Walk, 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 and smash.
Yep. No.
Oh no.
He just smiles.
Oh no.
And
That hits.
dex save. Actually, no, you don't get a dex save. As you'll watch as he slices him, Trent explodes.
15,
what?
3, 18.
Yep. And then
My
he attacks you
spleen!
again.
My other spleen!
Oh, ignore the... No, actually, no. The fire damage is there, I believe. It's just the explosion doesn't go off the second time.
My 2 spleens. My special thing about being a hobgoblin is I have 2 spleens and you killed them both. My turn?
Yeah.
I'd like to use my bonus action to cast Rifle Smite, which isn't doing anything at the moment.
Uh-huh.
But that's my casting of it, so, you know,
Sure.
I'll then add the toggle thing to my thing, and then I'd let them go smack.
No.
Damn it! Oh, I'm embarrassing No, I'm not embarrassing myself. How many allies can I see?
2.
This doesn't... 13 hit!
Wouldn't have.
You missed with a 15 before, Trent.
I'm up, Peter! Yes. Ah, the first one misses. Second one hits. Oh no, my spleen.
Swing, slice, boom.
The
Your
upper
third
quarter.
spleen.
I mean, the upper quarter of my spleen. I'm still alive. This was a mistake. Send help. Medic. Oh, that's out of character. Cool. So I didn't hit that mana clear, so my raffle smite's still up. No, it's not. I have to make a con save.
Yeah. It's only a DC 10. Doesn't
No, it's
matter.
not. Doesn't matter. It falls. It falls hard. So, I'd like to triple smite again.
Yep.
Kicking that back on. And then I'd like to do the mountain cleaver bunk. Hey!
That actually hits.
That's my turn.
You gonna roll your smite, or is it already there?
It's already on there.
Oh.
That's the 5.
That's the 5. So we'll take 36 damage off.
Here's 200. Optional boss fight speed there. Like,
Swing. Swing.
oh no. Ha! Still up. Oh, I still might be up. 1 minute. Let me get the calculator. That's at 16. And that's...
And 6.
And 6. I am on 2 hit points.
Yep. That ends his turn.
I cast Raffle Smite
Yep.
in attack mode. An attack with Mounting Cleaver.
Oh no!
Wrathful
He
smite
falls
in attack mode.
You won that fight, Trent.
Oh fuck!
He didn't kill him, did he? Just
No.
to make sure.
Actually, he will have to make a. He will actually have to make a save because Trent did over 50 damage of 50 physical damage in a single hit.
Oh, I didn't kill him, he gets it.
Remembering the rules I set in place. God, what was the
Mikey.
massive damage rolls?
I just remembered Kef has sending too.
Kev
Give me
should use it.
Give me a moment.
Kef doesn't have it prepared. Kef, you see, Kef is annoyingly somewhere between wizard and cleric.
Yeah, okay.
I have prepared spells.
It is a DC 15 con save. He succeeds. He just falls unconscious.
May I ask what was going to happen if he failed?
He would have died.
Isn't it a D20 rolled after that?
Yeah, for
There's like
once.
loss of limb and scar and stuff, wasn't there?
Yes. I have to go pull those tables up. Cool. Let's hope he doesn't lose a limb or you've broken his character.
I hope he doesn't lose Lee for because whoops. I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, stop.
I think I'm strong.
See,
Man, I was rolling so trash that fight.
you did technically drop him in 2 hits.
Yeah, out of 4.
Hey, you only have to hit 50% of the time. You can drop them in 2 hits.
I
50%
have
of the time, it works every time.
in 4 turns he did 70 hit points of damage.
Yeah.
Welcome to Omega.
I didn't get the fight of his Lubash, so. Wait, yes I did. No, I didn't.
No.
I fought Dismo.
You fought Phantismo. Omega just leveled a rogue.
That's right.
Do you now understand how he shot the rogue before the rogue got to act?
Yes. Yes, I do. Because I was there. It was me that almost got hit.
Yeah, but now you know the class feature he used.
Yeah, it's true.
It wasn't even a class feature, it's actually a feat.
Be a fun feat for a
Kef
rogue
could get
to
a feat to fire first. Ooh.
273.
with a ranged weapon.
Yeah.
That's why I said it'd be good for a rogue with a hand crossbow. Just hand crossbow, open fight, rest of fight, rapier, daggers, whatever.
Yeah, DC 15 Constitution. Then it's a D10. Where are my D10s? that's not the one I need because he's already unconscious. I need the lingering injury one. Where is that? There we go.
I still forced the DM to be unprepared for something.
I completely forgot you were capable of hitting these damage thresholds.
Yeah, honestly, same, because I haven't been in many fights with this character yet. This is like the first actual fight.
It's only possible if you roll well on a crit.
Yeah.
It also helps that you have the Mountain Cleaver, which has multiple D10.
It has 4 D10 for me. And I have great weapon fighter. Which makes it even better.
Yeah.
Physically can't hit 50
hand
hit
wave.
points of damage.
Hand wave. He's fine. He got festering wound. It goes away as soon as he gets magical healing.
Oh, that's good, because he's about to get magic healing, because I want to help him up and take him over to Crystal and ask Crystal to go heal.
Yeah.
Of course, I need to speak to him.
So he drags him.
Drag.
Drags him over to Crystal.
Can you heal our new friend?
Quick question.
Sure.
Quick question, James.
Yeah.
Would Kef have been able... How long have these guys been,
Like 5 hours.
since captured? 5 hours, so not quite 8 hours yet.
Yeah. Like 5-ish hours. Yeah.
Not long enough to constitute...
They were caught at like 1 and it's now like 6,
Rest.
6:30. Yeah. So does Crystal do the Healy thing?
Yeah.
Omega stands back up. Well thought. You hit like a beast.
Yes, I
I
was strong as
going
enough.
to say truck and then could not think of a monster analogy that would match up with it.
That's fair. I also thought you were going to say, like a mountain, because it's a mountain cleaver.
A mountain doesn't hit people though.
Not
just
like a minotaur?
He just sort of looks at you like, oh, like that thing packs a punch.
Yeah.
Says the person firing light artillery with one hand.
You're, my spleens. I don't have much left in me. I sit down. I need a drink. Will you join us?
I have a few other team options as well. You're not the only one to come. You have made a very, very valid point.
Good.
Me and a few of the others that were waiting on a job have actually thought about making a team together.
Ah. Well, that's fair. I don't think we have enough in our team to make a team anymore, really. So I'm open to join a team. Is that okay with you, Crystal?
Go nuts.
Yeah, if you need another, I'm here.
Interesting.
We came into town, there was 4 of us, and now there's
2.
Three. 3 of us. So it's it can go either way. And my other one just got buddy slapped.
Yeah, that one has issues.
You don't say. So does the one that got body slammed.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure what's up with him. One of the other ones here seems to say he wants to enter the tournaments, but I can't understand a word he says.
What's he speak?
Couldn't tell you. He just growls at people.
I call over to it. Is it common, goblin, or abyssal?
None of those.
That's kind of wave.
Is it draconic?
No. It is literally no language. It is just primal growls.
Oh, okay. Do you think he'd understand if I asked him to join?
He seems to understand.
Do you know his name?
It doesn't speak. How do we know a name?
Well, what does everyone call it around here?
Honestly, I met it like an hour ago. I don't call it anything.
Ah.
That friend of yours
Hey!
said something about Theta.
Theta!
No response.
Ah. He's weird. Let's give Peppy shoulder. I hope he doesn't punch me. Excuse me. Do you want to join us on the fighting team?
Nods.
Yay! I'm gonna kiss it down over there. Oh, well, that's one extra.
Okay, I'm going to actually call the session there because
Yay.
one, we need to figure out what the fuck's going on with Kef and Raymond next week because
Well, you said it had been, 5 hours? Give it 3 more hours and Kef can actually message them instead.
so I'm stopping the
We had
recording.